buzzing my phone like, Chichi, what's going on? What's happening? What's the problem? What's going on there? I'm like, what is the problem? As why? How why? I didn't get. Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Culinary. Although I'm a Nigerian based in South Africa and I am a fashion designer. So if you're just stopping by for the very first time, please don't make it your last, subscribe to my channel. If you watch this video to the end and you like it, do not forget to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel already. And guys, I want to tell you all that we've gotten to 40,000 watch hours. Like, how? In like 3 weeks? I really want to say a very big thank you to my newest subbies in the house. Thank you for your engagement. To my OGs in the house, thank you for the support so far. I really do appreciate this. From the bottom of my heart, I appreciate. And I want to say a very big thank you. So guys, today I'll be talking about different name we call things in Nigeria versus South Africa. So sit back and relax. Okay? So the very first one is Milo. This one I find it's like, I don't know. Milo is spelled M-I-L-O, but in Nigeria we call it Milo, and in South Africa here we tend to call it Milo. The other one is load shedding. I can remember with this scenario, something happened, and because I usually see like some of my South African people here posting load shedding on their status, just to let us know that they don't have electricity in their area. So me too, I just wanted to, just go with the trend and also post, and I posted. And lo and behold, my people from Nigeria just they buzzing my phone like, Chichi, what's going on? What's happening? What's the problem? What's going on there? I'm like, what is the problem? As why? How why? I didn't get. I don't understand. And I missed my sister's call. Like, they just kept calling her. I missed their call, and afterwards I kind of picked my phone and I sent a message, and they called back like, what's the problem? What's happening? I'm like, you guys should chill. What's happening where? I was like, I saw your status. Like, what happened? I said, what is in my status? I even had to go back to the status to even go and clarify, to go and see what they're actually talking about. Because even me, myself, I was confused. So I got and I saw, it's not shedding now. So I was like, yeah, load shedding. And she was like, yeah, what happened? Load shedding, what happened? I'm like, load shedding, like, we don't have light. She was like, so you don't have light, so what? We don't have light. That is load shedding here in South Africa. Like, no electricity, no light, load shedding. And she was like, wait, I tried to say the load shedding means, I say, yes, sister, load shedding is like no electricity in South Africa. She just is like, you scared me. I'm like, what did I write? I wrote load shedding. Please, not blood shed. Not blood shedding, no. It's not shedding that is there. Please, you people should be calming down. So yeah, so load shedding is here in South Africa, and no light, like no electricity is what we say in Nigeria. You get it? So the other one is taxi. So taxi here in South Africa is the boss. But in Nigeria, taxes are like the 4-seater cars. I don't know if you understand that, but taxes is what South African call, South African call their bus taxes here in South Africa, but we call how many seater? I think it's 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't remember, but the huge bus, I'm going to link pictures so you get to see. We call it bus in Nigeria, and then in South Africa we call it taxes. You get it? So the other one is going to be pap. When I came to this country, it was kind of new to me because I know swallow as swallow, like anything is swallow, fufu, amala, everything is basically like swallow. So when I came, my husband was like, so I should make soups. I was done with the soup, and he was like, let me make the pap so that we can use it to eat the soup. And I was like, pap, what kind of combination is that? I didn't get it. What combination, pap and soup? So he brought out the semo and he was making, I'm like, this is the pap. He said yes. So we call our swallow, like the eba, even the semolina, but here in South Africa, they intend to call that pap. what we actually call pap, I'm going to link pictures so you get to see, so that you would also imagine the fact that you're using that thing to eat soup. So what we call pap is like custard. It's looking like custard. It's something that it kind of look like custard, you get. But here in South Africa they call it pap, but we call it swallow. Our pap is, I'm going to link pictures so you get to see, so that you get to know too. Okay, so that's on that. And the other one is earpiece. When I came to this country, because it was new to me, those words were kind of new to me. So when I came to this country, I went to the salon and I said I want to make my hair, and they were like, okay, how many earpiece do you want? And I'm like, earpiece, I didn't get, what are you saying? And she was like, how many earpiece do you want? I'm like, what's earpiece? I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know, I cannot relate. What? Explain, break it down, explain to me. And then she brought out this expression, and I'm like, okay, that is what I want an attachment to that. She's like, this is the earpiece, this is what we call it. And I'm like, oh, I didn't know we call it attachment in Nigeria. In my country land is attachments that we call it. So what we call what South African call earpiece here is what we call attachments. Like anything that you just attach to your hair basically is just attachments, like the rubber, wool, anything you attach to your hair is what we call attachments, or we just call it by the name of the product. Like give me expression, or you know, just call the product, and that is how we call it over there. But here is earpiece. Okay, and yeah, the other one is going to be robot. So this one, I vividly said it in my other video that I really want to know the reason why South Africans call traffic light robot, and I got my answer, and I want to say thank you to those that gave me answers to that. I really, really do appreciate it. And thank you for letting me know. And yeah, why they call traffic light robot here is because they said it functions like robots. Like, okay, because they are programmed on their own. They are programmed on their own like robots. So that is what they call traffic light robots. So what they call robots here is what we call traffic lights in Nigeria. So they call traffic lights robots here in South Africa, but we call it traffic lights. So the other one is going to be tax rank, but we call it garage, like where they park cars basically. But here in South Africa we call it tax rank. In South Africa, what they intend to call garage is like our filling station, our fuel station, where we go to buy fuel, is what they call garage here in South Africa. So we call it fuel station or filling station. Okay, so that's going to be another time. What we call cold drink here in South Africa is what we call soft drink in Nigeria. So we call it cold drink here. You know, the Pepsi, Mirinda, Fanta, Sprite, those kind of drink, we call them cold drink here, cold drink. But in Nigeria, sorry, we call them soft drink. But yeah, it's cold drink. And yeah, the other one is going to be your braai. What we call braai here basically is like suya. But the difference between braai and suya is that when we want to eat suya, we don't just eat suya like in a bigger portion. We have to chop it to very tiny pieces, like little pieces, not really tiny, but into little pieces. And we add chili, pepper, grounded pepper with onions. That is how we eat suya, but it's still the same process. Like we get it we roast the meat basically like braai, but the difference is that if we are going to be eating that suya, you must put pepper, suya pepper and onions. That is the difference, you understand? So yeah, that's going to be on that. And the other one is going to be plastic bag. Oh, hey, I heard a lot about this plastic bag, because I used to think that, I don't know why these people, when you get to I've forgotten what they call them now. When you're about to pay money and then they ask you plastic, I was like, why are you asking me plastic? But now I know the reason why they ask this plastic. I am so much informed. So now I know better. Don't fight me. Now I know. And thank you for those that answered that. Thank you for those that enlightened me about that too. I really still appreciate. So what you guys call plastic here in South Africa, plastic bag is what we call poly bag, nylon bag, waterproof bag, Paco super bag. So we have different names for the bag. That Paco super bag is a very hard one that you can put like anything heavy inside, like it's not going to cut. And your plastic bag is like nylon, poly bag, waterproof. Those ones are very light, like the normal plastic bag here. So that isn't that. So the other one is going to be tomato sauce. What you guys call tomato sauce here is what we call ketchup in Nigeria. And this one was another hilarious story like that. Okay, I got to into this restaurant, and then I ordered for food, fries, and I think something I can't remember, but fries. And I was telling the lady that was helping me with it, and I'm like, please, can you get me ketchup? And she looked at me like, hmm? I said, ketchup, ketchup. And she was like, and I was asking, maybe I was pronouncing it like with my Nigeria accent. So I just kind of coined. So let me just do the South African way of, and I'm like, ketchup, ketchup, like ketchup. She was just looking at me, and I didn't understand, like, ketchup. So my husband was like, what's the problem? Like, what is it? And I'm like, I want ketchup. And my husband was like, just told the lady, please get her tomato sauce. Tomato sauce. I'm like, okay, tomato sauce. A big tomato sauce, like, but in Nigeria we call it ketchup. Ketchup. But here in South Africa, they intend to call it tomato sauce. So the other one is going to be a Vienna. I still kind of see hot dog written on some Vienna, but they intend to call it Vienna here in South Africa. But in Nigeria, we call it hot dog. Hot dog. That is what we call it. And the other one is going to be the hair. What I'm wearing right now is the Ghana weaving. My hair is rough. Just ignore the hair. I'll be looking at these tips. That's still fine. So what I'm putting on right now is the weaving, like Ghana weaving. But here they call it lines. So if you want to make something like this, they will ask you how many lines do you want. It's not weaving, they just call it lines. So what they call weaving here is lines. Even the ones you wear under your wig is called lines. So they ask you how many lines, like how many lines do you want. So this is what they call lines here. But in Nigeria, we call this weaving. And if it is the twisted one, they call it twisted weaving. Whichever one, they just have names for that. So my other one is going to be roadblock. Roadblocks here are maybe when the police is in front and checking. But in Nigeria, it's police checking points in Nigeria, but they tend to call it roadblock. We call it roadblocks here in South Africa. And the last but not the least is trouser. We call trouser. But then in South Africa, we call it pants. When I heard that pants, I'm like, pants that they wear underneath. And I'm like, no, that is an underwear is different from pants. So they call pants. I'm still not used to calling it pants. I still call it trouser most times, but we call it pants here in South Africa, but in Nigeria we call it trouser. So yes, and the gown, anything once is just like from your shoulder, above your knee, beneath your knee, wherever place that it is, we call it gown. But here in South Africa, we call it dress. I want to make a dress. I want to make a dress, not gown. But in Nigeria, we call it gown. But here in South Africa, we call it dress. That is the end of my video. If you watched till this time, please do not forget to give me a thumbs up. It goes a long way. And subscribe to my channel. Subscribe already. Subscribe to my channel. Subscription is free. And do not forget to comment and like and subscribe. See you in my next video, guys. Bye.